back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing one of the most commonly requested makeup looks, which is the nude makeup look. Some people call it the no makeup look, but I think it's a little too glam to be called no makeup. So yeah, that's my go-to look, something I fall back upon every time I have no idea what I want to do on my face. I just fall back on that look because it's one of the most safest, one of the most glam, and one of the most effortless, I would say, looks that you can achieve with makeup, and looks good on every skin tone, on everyone. So if you're someone who's just starting with makeup and wants to know that one particular look that can be safe and you don't have to worry about experimenting with, then this is for you. I'm going to start off with, of course, moisturizing my face. I'm going to be using the Keihls Ultra Facial Oil Free Gel Cream to moisturize my skin. I'm going to use this gel-based moisturizer. I really like gel-based formulations because I feel like, you know, they're very light on the skin, and even though it's beginning to get wintry in Delhi, I still feel like once you're done with your entire face of makeup and, you know, you spend a couple of hours, your skin does tend to get oily even if it's, you know, dry winters. So I always prefer a gel-based moisturizer because it just makes my skin feel very, very hydrated without sort of making it feel oily. So once I'm done with moisturizing my face, which feels really good, my face feels hydrated, I'm then going to go in with primer. For primer, I'm going to be using the Lakme Absolute Blur Perfect makeup primer. That's what it's called. I know I haven't really switched to a different or a better primer since a really long while. I don't even know if this is expired. Like, yeah, it's a good primer, honestly. Like, it does blur out the pores. It's not like, oh my god, mind blasting, but it's decently good. So I like it, and I like how it feels on my skin. It almost feels a little moisturizing, and as you can see, I'm mainly using it on my nose because I have pores the size of volcanic crates. Like, that's how big my pores on my nose are. I was asked to be like animated and funny, so that's what I'm being. Because आप लोग पे तो views तो दे रहे हो नहीं. Last video पे मेरे 1.6k views आए हैं. Guys, what's wrong? मतलब seriously, like, please tell me. I think it's the notification issue. Like, you guys don't get notifications of my videos. So if you don't, then please hit the bell icon, because that's the only way you will ever know if I've uploaded a video. And it's so sad that I create content इतने दिल से, इतने, you know, पूरे अपना efforts डाल के, and फिर आप लोग देखते भी नहीं हो. So it just gets like really, really sad. So please, guys, hit the notification bell icon. So yeah, done with priming. I'm gonna go straight in with concealing the under eye circles and like the spots and, you know, the pigmentation on my face, which all of us Indian women are blessed with. Well, not blessed with, cursed with. So I'm going to be using my M.A.C Studio Finish Concealer. This is in the shade A28. It also has SPF 35, and it's a cream-based concealer. I really don't mind using cream-based concealers because I feel like I can, you know, deal with the slight amount of oiliness that comes with a cream-based product. Otherwise, I always prefer either liquid or powder products. So I'm basically just dipping the beauty blender directly into the concealer. I mean, make sure you have a clean beauty blender if you're doing this, because otherwise you're gonna infect the entire product with germs if your beauty blender is dirty. And I'm not doing too much because for a nude makeup look, which is, you know, like a, you know, go-to look ki kuch samajh nahi aa raha hai to ye makeup kar liya types. To uske liye I think you should not use too much product on your face, because then you're just gonna look very made up. And for nude look, you need to look nude, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna go in with foundation next. I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. I'm gonna take not too much of the foundation, like just see how much I'm taking. This is exactly how much I'm taking, and I plan on finishing my entire face with this much only. So I'm just dotting my face with the beauty blender, and I'm actually going in with blending it also at the same time, because I don't want the foundation to sort of dry up and not blend properly. So I'm just applying it on the under eye areas. I feel like this is that one part of your face that always requires the maximum amount of product, because, you know, your under eye circles and, you know, all the problems happen around this area. And I'm not going to waste more of the foundation by taking it on the beauty blender, so it's better to just apply it with your fingers on the spots wherever you need it. Okay guys, so I'm done with the base. So now I'm going to quickly go and set all of this with my MAC Studio Fix Compact. And this is in the shade NC35. And I'm going to use a thick, fluffy brush to do that. So this is the brush. Just going to take it, tap, 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 and just set the face so that the makeup stays in place. Okay guys, so the makeup is all set and done. Now you can see the base looks pretty flawless. So now you can get into the eyes, which is one of the most important parts of any makeup look. And for today's makeup look, I'm going to be using two eyeshadow palettes. And the first one is going to be this one. It's the Colorbar Smoky Eyes eyeshadow palette. It is in the shade, is there a shade? No, it's just called the Colorbar Smoky Eyes eyeshadow palette. And I'm only going to be using this golden shade from this palette. And maybe a little bit of this brown. And then I'm also going to be using my MAC Amber x 9 eyeshadow X9 palette. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to be using this brown shade here, which is for the crease, and this darker shade for the lower lid, and mixing these two basically. For the crease, which is this part of the eye, for those of you guys who don't know what a crease is, this is the crease, which is like where the bone is. I'm going to be using the Deluxe Crease brush. This is by Real Techniques. So I'm going to be using the Amber x 9 palette, dipping it into this color right here. This is like a nice brown, very neutral brown, and tap the excess off. And now I'm going to just define my crease. Just applied the crease product here, though it does require some amount of definition, so it has to be like the right balance between defining your eye without overdoing it, you know what I mean? So okay, I'm done with the crease. You can see there's like a nice definition I'm getting on the crease now. Can you see that? So once I'm done with that definition, I'm gonna go in with the slightly darker brown, very little, just a couple of taps right below the crease. I'm just gonna do the outer edge and then drag it a little inside so as to define it a little more. So once I'm done with that and I have like a nice defined crease, I'm going to take the other shade that I showed you on the Colorbar palette, which is this one. It's like this really nice goldenish tone, this color. And I'm going to just use my finger to take it on my middle finger. And then with the middle finger, I'm just going to do the inner corner of my eye and the middle of it. So it's like this really subtle smoky. I'm going to go again in with the same shade that I used in the initial part of my crease, and then a little bit of brown. And then I'm just going to drag this part here because it looks empty a little. So I'm just going to define that. And then I'm just going to drag it outward so it looks like it's one entire entity. And yeah, I'm just going to use this yellowish, goldenish tone. This is a very light tone. You can use it to highlight the brow bone. I'm just doing that with the same brush. I'm going to take a slightly thinner brush and I'm going to, this is the Real Technique Essential Crease brush, but it's a slightly thinner one. I'm going to take the same color, the first one, and also the brown, slightly mix it with the brown and then tap the excess off because you don't want any fallout. And then I'm going to drag both these colors together onto the lower lid. And this is what brings this entire look together. Just on the outer edges and on the bottom lash. If you like it to be a little more brighter, you can go in with like a slightly light color and just apply that on the middle. And to brighten your eyes up a little more, what you can actually do is take a clean, tiny, small brush like this one and take the lightest color on this palette or any palette that you have and apply it on the inner corners of your eye. For that, you know, extra pop and for the entire look to sort of come together. And that sort of completes the eyeshadow look. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a very thin line of eyeliner because it's a nude makeup look. You don't want the eyeliner to like overpower the look. And I'm going to be using my M.A.C Liquidlast liner. This is what it looks like. The M.A.C Liquidlast liner. It's in the shade, it's called Wet Road. That's the shade. It's like a very nice shimmery black, but I'm going to use a very thin line of it to create some definition in the eye. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the M.A.C False Lashes Extreme Black mascara. This is what it looks like, and I'm just going to give my eyes, my eyelashes, a nice coating of mascara. So that's pretty much it. You can also tightline a little if you feel like, but then I really like how this eye look is turning out to be. You can see already the difference between this eye and this eye. I'm just going to add a quick pair of false lashes and be back.
A few moments later.
Okay everyone, so I'm done with both my eyes and some eyelashes, which I absolutely love. So what I'm going to do next is my eyebrows, and I'm going to quickly fast forward it because it's not very important, but of course eyebrows change the entire game of how you look. I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Brow Artist eyebrow palette. Almost finished with it, my favorite eyebrow product so far, and I'm going to be using a pointy brush like this to do my brows. Alright guys, done with brows, and you can already see how much of a difference it really makes to your entire face and how defined the makeup is already looking. Now we're moving on to the face. I'm going to be bronzing my skin. I don't like to do too much of contouring when I'm going for a nude look because I feel like it's more about the natural cuts of the face, because you know that should be through. So I'm just going to be using a bronzer. My favorite is this Hoola Benefit bronzer. This is one of the most popular ones in the market so far. Everyone loves it because it's that good. And I'm going to be using this brush by M.A.C. This is the 1295 129S something, I don't know. Any brush which you use for contouring. Just going to dip it straight into the pot and tap excess and just give the face some cut so that it doesn't look so blank and flat. I also really like to bronze the forehead because I have a broad forehead, and I just feel like it helps make it look smaller. And that's why I didn't apply any foundation on these edges of my face, because I just feel like I'm anyway going to bronze it and वहाँ पे कोई coverage की तो need है भी नहीं. So you know, it just makes more sense to do that. And you know, a nude makeup look is all about like a nice natural warm complexion. That's why this step is very important, because if you don't do this and your face ends up looking like very white or pale, you will not be able to give that like sultry nude look. And I'm also going to obviously contour my nose. So I'm going to take a slightly smaller fluffy brush. This is also by Real Techniques. I don't know the number, it's faded out. I think it's the highlighter brush, and I'm going to dip it again in the same Hula Hoop bronzer. Hula Hoop bronzer! No! Hula bronzer. I keep saying Hula Hoop because that's the thing, right? And I'm just going to bronze the nose. I love this step. I feel like it gives the face so much definition, guys. I'm also going to take a little bit of the highlighter and also going to highlight the nose so that, you know, it looks even better. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. It's such a great highlighter, guys. I feel like it's just so worth the money. Like, it's such a good price point. It's a drugstore highlighter, but it works as good as any high-end highlighter, trust me. This one is the shade 100 Molten Gold. They also have like this really nice pinkish tinge to it, which is the other shade, but this one is like the best test ever. And I'm going to be using a thin brush like this one. I use it usually to apply foundation, but I'm just going to take the edge of this, dip it into the highlighter, And as I was doing my nose, I'm just gonna highlight the tip of the nose and the bridge of the nose. And since we're already doing highlighter, why don't we just finish highlighting the entire face as well, although I do it in the end. I'm just going to take the same brush that I used to contour. And I honestly, guys, believe in reusing the same brushes. Like this one I used to contour, but I'm happy to use it for highlighter as well, because I feel like if you already have the bronzer on it and then you mix the highlighter and then apply it right above the bronzer, it's just going to look more seamless and blended. You know, it won't look like a completely different line altogether, which is what we're trying to achieve with makeup, right? For making sure that everything looks flawless. So just going to take that into the beautiful highlighter we got here, and I'm going to look sideways so you guys can see how beautiful this looks. Actually, guys, I did a blunder. I should have done blush first and then highlighter. Excitement में आके मैंने पहले highlighter लगा दिया, but कोई बात नहीं, हम इसके ऊपर blush लगा के फिर से थोड़ा और highlighter लगा देंगे. Just see how much of a difference it makes. So nude makeup is all about glowy skin, you know. It's not about bright eyes or bright lips. It's more about like a bright, sultry face with very little that actually shows. But we know that there's lots of effort that's gone into making sure that we look that way. And while we're at it, I might also do this. Highlight those collarbones. It's also one of my favorite things to do. I just feel like it gives you such a great touch of sexiness. There you go. And now I'm gonna go in with blush, something I should have done before, but I skipped it up. But it's okay. We can always play around with makeup, you know, skip steps and do things here and there. I'm gonna be using my Elizabeth Arden blush. This is the Ceramide cream blush in the shade number 1 called Nectar. It's the most beautiful nude blush there is. And when I say nude blush, what I mean is that it's not very pink, it's not very coral, it's not very orange, it's not very rust. It doesn't even look like you have blush on, it just gives you that natural flush. So it's a cream blush, by the way, so it gives you that glow. So I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger directly, smile, and then just apply it on the areas you usually apply a blush on, and then just like blend it in with your fingers. I know I'm eating up the highlighter right now by doing this, but that's okay. I'm gonna apply it again. Absolutely love what this does to my face. Like, it just makes me feel so alive all of a sudden. Just love it. And before we add the last coating of highlighter, what I'm going to do is go in with the lips. Now again, when you talk of a nude makeup look, the main two things are eyes and lips. Eyes have to be very subtle, very sexy, with a slight tinge of shimmer and just some definition, not too much. And the lips, again, have to be very, very defined, but very, very nude. And by that I mean your lips need to be pouty and like full, but the color needs to be very, very subtle and true to, like, you know, your natural lip color, or like close to your natural lip color. So for me, honestly, the best nude lipstick that there is in the market for someone who is closer to my complexion or slightly darker or duskier than my complexion is this one. It's the Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Bombshell. It's one of their most popular and hot selling liquid lipsticks, and it's such a perfect nude. You can never go wrong with it. But before you go into it, I need to give my lips some volume, and for that I'm going to line them up with this K Beauty lip liner. It's called Hype. That's the shade. This was sent to me in PR, so I'm just going to take that. It's a very perfect nude color, so I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to overline my lip a little so that they look fuller. So I'm going to go above the actual line of my lips. The most sexiest nude lip, according to me, is where the outer line is slightly darker and you fill it in with a slightly lighter shade of nude lipstick. And that is it. Can you see how sexy this looks? Like, it just feels perfect, this combination. Honestly, it's just my go-to, and it just brings this whole look together so perfectly. Love it! Mwah. Taking a bit more of the highlighter. And I'm going to take a very little amount and just put it on the cupid's bow and then blend it. And with that, this makeup look comes to an end. I'm just going to quickly do my hair and show you the final look. with that, guys, I'm done with my go-to nude makeup look. I absolutely love how it's turned out. You know, the eyes are so subtle, yet just have the right amount of definition. The lips are pouty and the perfect shade of nude, which you of course have to find for your own self, because everyone has a different complexion and something might work for me but might not work for you. And the cheeks are not overdone with blush, but then they are glowy because of all the highlighter that we've applied. It's just my ideal go-to nude makeup look, and I'm so in love with what I've done today. Like, I'm actually proud of myself. Yay! So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and trust me guys, if you're confused about what makeup to do, this is gonna go with anything and everything, be it a wedding, be it a party, be it a dinner, be it a casual chilling scene, be it a brunch, be it a date night. Everything and anything will work with this makeup in terms of outfits. So yeah, I'm wearing like this really cute plain black cardigan with a golden necklace, and I'm ready to step out for dinner with my friends. I actually shot this because I knew I had to go for dinner. So yeah, utilizing my time efficiently. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope this was useful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below. And yeah, do not forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon, because if you don't hit the notification bell icon, you will never get notified about my videos and you will never be able to see all this beautiful stuff that I'm creating for you all. But yeah, just kidding. Definitely do that, and leave your comment suggestions down below. Subscribe, you know the drill. And I love you all. Take care, and don't forget to tune in for the next video. Bye.